Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Urosh, and today we're gonna take a look at Massane Summer's End. And I made a remake. This is my second remake of Massane. The first one I did is No Return, which I made like I think over a year ago. And yeah, it's a nice remake. I tried to make like the main sounds. Probably there are more sounds in the original track, right? So let's take a look. We have a kick first. So as you can see, it's a pretty short kick, right? And this is the same thing as in his other track, No Return, right? And if I go here to desktop, I should probably get his kick. So yeah, this kick was used for No Return, and this one, right, is for this track. So they're both really similar in terms of length, right? Super short kick, right? Then we have this spur kick, which is the same kick, and it just plays like the rhythmical stuff, you know. So that's it. Then we have the bass line. I used Serum for that, and one thing is in the original, I think like the bass line kind of fades out a bit if you really pay attention to the original track, but other than that, it just plays the root note of the chords, so B, A, E, and G, right? The other thing also is the legato, no, not the legato, the portamento or the glide is turned on, so here. So as you can see, I pushed the note a lot more to the left, so we get that you know, vibe, right? So that's for the bass line. Then we can go to the chords, which I made in Spitfire Labs. I added some glue compressor, OTT, and Valhalla shimmer. So without that stuff, right? We turn this bad boys on, right? We get a lot more space in piano. And for the chords, we can take a look at them. We have a B minor 7 here, right? And you can know if it's a minor 7th chord by the fact that it has an A in it, right? Which is the 7th of a B, right? So if you want to make a 7th chord, just search for the 7th note of the, you know, scale you're in. You'll see in the next example. So we have B minor 7 here. Here we have that A upstairs, right? Then we have a A major, right? A major going down. Then we have an E minor 7 here, and we again can know that we have an E minor 7 because we have a D here, right? So we have E, B, and G, and then we have a D, and D is again the 7th of you know, E, right? So. And here we're going up to G major. It's a G, I think it's a G add 9 because we have that A again. So yeah, B minor 7, A major, E minor 7, and G add 9 because of that A, right? Which is also a part of the G sus2 chord, but in this case we, you know, it's here upstairs, so it's a G add 9. So those are the chords. These chords repeat throughout the whole track, right? So it's kind of like the base of the whole track. Then we have the clap effects, which is kind of like just a snap. I heard it. If you listen to the original, you will know what I'm saying. What is this? Oh yeah, it's kind of like a perk shot, right? I think something like that is in the original as well. Then we can go here. We have hats. These are kind of like the faster hats. A lot of penman on it, right? So making it more crazy. And I think like this hats could be a bit better. Like I couldn't find the right hats because in the original these hats are kind of like a bit different. But yeah, then we have, what is this? A hat. I think we have two hats here. This one is more kind of brighter, right? And this one adds a bit more meat to it. Not this one, right? So they kind of complement each other, I guess. Then you have these shakers, right? From PML. Top, what is this? It's kind of like a top loop, I guess. We have some rolling hats here as well. Yeah. And some hats which are kind of like playing like this kind of weird vibe. So, and also pan to the right, as you can see, quite a lot, right? I think in the original they're also on the right side of the mix. So I wanted to kind of model that, I guess. Now for the effects, I don't know, he has something which is kind of super wavy, and it's not the first time I've heard it in his tracks. So I don't know how he achieved that. Maybe it's like a sample or something. I use like wave samples, which is kind of like, just like the name suggests, it's kind of like a white noise with a bit of waves in them. Also I use like super basic like this FX sweep, because I don't know, like in the original and also in the No Return, he does use like this quite simple sweeps, I would say, right? But super basic. Other than that, we have these vocals which I just took from the original, right? And then we have these pluck sounds, right? So they sound like this. They start, as you can see, like before the next 8 bars. And I used the filter to filter them in, right? So I use like, what do you say, like high pass filter. So it's like this one. And it's a pretty simple, like basic shape, right? It's nothing like too crazy. Like the only thing I figured out is like this bend super helps, like making it closer to the original. Because this one, if you increase the bend on this oscillator, you get that mixture of saw wave and sine wave. So and basically the notes look like this of the 8 bars. So they're playing basically an arpeggio, B minor 7, then we have A here, but we have an F sharp here, which is interesting. Then we have E minor, we're playing B, D, and G, right? So no E here, but it's E minor chord, right? Underneath it. And then we have G, like G sus2 notes, without the G actually. And then we have a shitload of pads, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these pads actually just, they have a role to play in terms of like they provide some kind of background content and kind of like almost like colors if you think about it, right? So they're just like, most of them are omnisphere, and this one is like the pad that plays kind of like the chords. Other than that, we basically have one notes and we have like a chord here. But yeah, basically, as you can see, they're just like one notes or something like that to help color the whole track, let's say. So yeah, I think that's it. That's most of the sounds I used. Hopefully you like this. Let me know in the comments what you think, and talk to you soon, guys. I don't know what the next video is gonna be. So surprise, surprise.